On to the final part of Unravel. This time we're doing Last Leaf as well as the final level of the game. The two are connected in a way. So, yeah, it's funeral time. And the theme for this one is don't let go. Just keep your grip on that lantern there, and I do mean that lantern. As you can see, we get blown away and all around and shit, and it's pretty bad, but this lantern here will be very useful to us, so it'll be our light, and we need it because it's very dark. And as we go along, this blizzard will come in. If we let the blizzard take us, it counts to death. So, do not let the blizzard take you. Just, take your time with this. More dark memories. So this is essentially the entirety of this level, and there are people who don't like this level. And I can see why, because it really is just kind of a waiting game. There's not much you can do outside of just, wait until that goes away and then move a few, about a feet or two forward and we do, one thing besides the lantern pulling and then get blown again. The worst of it is if you're trying to go uphill because the lantern can just slide downhill. Besides that, however, ultimately, this is not that hard, and I don't die at all here. And, yeah. After this is the last level, which is essentially just a gimme level, in a sense. You're not really supposed to die on that level whatsoever. You can still because of fall damage, but you're not supposed to die on that. And this, you can still die if you're not gripping onto that lantern to save yourself from the blizzard. You do get checkpoints though, so that's good. Ultimately, they're not really going to help you out that much. And now, yeah, the pushing begins. So, this is where things get interesting. Because now we gotta try and, climb up this without being pushed too far back. And the way we do that is by doing this. You can quickly, grab that back up so it's not a big deal. As long as you make it uphill, the lantern will stay still, so yeah. There we go. And we're about done with the blizzard now. Some more sad walking. The main issue is more going to come from the very factor that after this, we will have to eventually deal with the quote-unquote fun ice. And I do mean quote-unquote because getting across this ice is a fucking nightmare. And we don't need the lantern anymore, by the way. It's gone. But yeah, the main thing here is to try and stay on the ice as much as you can. Even though it's really shitty and really loves to get sunk. And it will break apart. Ultimately, just do your best on getting across all of this, and you should eventually be able to finish this without dying. Not that easy to pull off, I know. But just keep jumping around and bobbing around on these bits of ice, and eventually you'll make it. And yeah, we're nearly done now. Move a bit more forward through the snow, and we will find our last item. Though, you can kind of tell it's not going to go quite so happily as you would think. Oh, shit, we're getting blown. I wonder what we can do here then. Well, nothing really. There's nothing to grip onto. That's just a mandatory get blown thing that you just have to deal with. Oh, come on. Fucking hell game. Okay, now I have to grip on. Now we're fine. Somehow it didn't actually do anything to me. We're nearly there, though. And once you make it across, we do find something. We found the other half. But, we also ran out of line. Well, Yanni's dead. Or is he? Or she, or whatever. Someone goes and takes the thing. And I believe rolls up the yarn. And guess what? Yarny lives. And Yarny has the heart. They went into the bag. And look, it's the magic. Look, everybody, we found the magic. So, this is the last level. And the gimmick here is these glowing orbs that will fling you around based on how you swing and your positioning and such. And they're incredibly awkward and difficult to maneuver around with. And it genuinely isn't fun to deal with, and all of the shit we need to find are way up high that requires us to sort of maneuver with this shit. There's only one collectible that isn't involving this, but yeah, all four of the rest require you to use these and to kind of find them in the skies if you can. And to make matters worse, while the previous level we did does not have any unique achievement to it whatsoever, this does. With Flow, use your lasso to jump between 25 different points without touching the ground. This is easier said than fucking done. I'm not gonna jump cut any of this, because the video is under 30 minutes, so I don't have to. But I just really want you to have a look at, one, trying to do that one little achievement thing, even though I have no idea if I'm pulling it off or not. And two, trying to grab the fucking final collectibles that we have left. Because yes, a lot of them require you to use these things, and they are legitimately annoying to deal with. To progress through and quickly get past this level, sure, I can handle that, no problem. That's easy, honestly. But to go upward, and to keep going upward, and not end up falling down into my fucking death? That's a bit of a tall order. I did avoid the death. I did avoid getting the murder. But, yeah, it took some trying. It legitimately took some trying to, you know, make it through without getting fucked over. And the thing is, I legitimately, like, I knew they were up there, because I looked it up and all, but I had no idea where exactly they were. Because it's such a large area of this shit going on, I had no idea which pile of orbs would lead me to a collectible, and which were just nothing. Because a lot of these, you can't really see if they're higher up or not until you, like, get it just right with some of them in order to reach to those. And even then, once you do reach up to them, you have to keep trying to consistently climb from there. And it becomes an issue from there because it's like, you can very easily just fall all the way back down. Because the lasso sucks and maneuvering of these things suck. And yeah, it's just genuinely not fun or good. This one actually annoys me. It's not the worst level though. I would put it maybe 6th place. If I kept falling, that would have been my death, by the way. But yeah, it's just... I have to get very lucky about these, because... Oh man, I hate maneuvering around with this shit. And I bet you just watching this annoys you. It annoys me watching this. But just understand that your annoyance watching me fail to get up and find these fucking collectibles is the same kind of annoyance it is for me to try and do this shit as I'm playing the game. Because this entire bit does just suck. And for something that's supposed to bring such a magical, whimsy, sort of feel-good finale to the game, yeah, this genuinely is just kind of irritating. It kind of ruins the good feeling it's supposed to bring, the magic it's supposed to bring, because the magic is just a prick. The magic is not helpful, it's just a fuckhead. And not only that, but they don't consistently spawn the same points either. They spawn in like a radius, like a sort of circle radius. So sometimes they can spawn lower, they can spawn higher, they can spawn to the left or right side. They could make things even harder for you, depending on where they are. And for a few cases, they don't even actually respawn until you get another thing, and then they respawn. So, you have all of this shit going on, and it's like, well, fuck you, game. Yeah, there's one of them. But then you have to actually aim for it, because you have to be so fucking precise at that point. Well, there you go. I got one. So yeah, that was just to get one fucking collectible, by the way. That was just to get one of them. There's still 4 more. And one of them does not require this shit. Luckily, it just requires me to avoid water. Because, yeah, there's still water here. But it's not as bad of a problem as any of the other levels that had water beforehand. It's very easy to get around it. But yeah, this shit, it just, it legitimately annoys the fuck out of me. And I do not like it. Look at this. Look at this! I'm surprised it didn't die then. But yeah, this entire level sucks. Don't worry, it's only a few more minutes of this. And I do end up getting all of these, by the way. Like, none of the collectibles get missed. It is 100%. So you are going to get the full thing. Look, there's the water. It's not the water, but there's some water. I'm just mainly trying to find the light pile, for the most part. The light pile that I need to find. Because, again, like, finding it's not easy either. It's just, there's so many of these. It's like, where the fuck is it? Even if you were to show me a fucking map, I would still be lost. That's how much of a nightmare navigating this shit is. Look at that. You have to legitimately launch yourself up high enough to see those. And then you have to trail yourself around in order to get to this next one. It's legitimately obnoxious to get. Like, we have 3 though. 2 more left. We should be getting close to the water one, actually. Yeah, here we go. So for this one, we do have to grab on, but it's on a boat. So, there you go. Anyway, now we got that one. Time to go and find the last one, which is more of this annoying fucking light bullshit. So, yeah, just try and maneuver yourself around. Try not to die. And, yeah. Just hope the lasso goes for ones you're trying to aim for, too. Because sometimes the lasso just picks whatever the fuck it wants. Which makes this even worse. And sometimes it just will not grab forever. Like, it just won't bother, it won't care. It's right in your face, but the game says no, lasso won't take it. God, come on, it's right fucking there! Oh my fucking god, just give me it, please! Oh, Christ! At the very least, once you get these, you never have to do this shit again. Unless you're trying to speedrun 100%, which... Why would you hurt yourself like that? There we go. Fucking finally, we can now fuck off. Because at least when you're going forward of this shit, it's actually fun. When you're trying to be accurate to get your fucking collectibles, it's a nightmare. And you have to fucking juggle 25 of them. It's like, ah. But there you go. We have 100% of the game. So yeah, that is Unravel. We have an ending cutscene to watch. So, I'm going to bring the volume up after this little cutscene here. And, I hope you enjoyed the memories, in a sense. As well as the quality of this cutscene. Because, genuinely, I do think that even nowadays... The cutscenes, the FMV cutscenes, are really well done. So... yeah... At least we've dealt with all the levels. There's nothing else to really go through. Except just this, the book, and the credits. And then it just ends, and it brings you back here. Okay. Thanks, game. We need to go back, because we haven't gotten the credits yet. The credits are in the book. They're on the other side from where I started. So I would read all of this, but you can pause and read it yourself from back during the thing. I'm just going to skim it all the way over to essentially just the credits. So my feelings towards this game, I have a love-hate relationship with it. Like, I don't hate the game, because there are genuinely touching and well-made stuff of this, and I do actually like the story and the quality of it and all, and sometimes even the levels, but ah, man, like, I also don't like this game, because when it has its dick moments, it really has its dick moments, and not only that, but the controls and the physics really get in the way as well. But I do think that these developers did well. I do feel like they legitimately did their best here to make this work out. And I believe this was also a bit of a passion project, even. So yeah. Honestly, good job to everyone involved here. Though, the gameplay legitimately could have been way better. It could have been way fucking better. But, yeah. Those are my feelings towards this little indie game, and it did get a sequel. It got like a co-op sort of sequel. And, will I end up doing it? Eventually. Also, yeah, EA helped fund this, essentially, and good. Good. I'm glad that EA did it good, because they usually don't. they usually nowadays do a bad. You know, I mean, there's bigger bads now compared to EA. But back then, it was mainly EA, the big bad evil company. Everyone hates them. Grr. You know, bring out the pitchforks and fucking torches, you know? That's essentially EA from back then when this game came out. And, yeah, they still kind of deserve it, but yeah, I'm happy that they published this at least. It's just that the sequel, I believe, wasn't as loved as this was. I don't know why, because I haven't quite played it yet, but maybe we'll find out. Maybe I will find out eventually. It is co-op, though. So, it's also local co-op, which makes it even worse. But, yeah, I'll figure something out. But yeah, that's basically the game. I think it is a good game, but yeah. Here we are then, at the end of the journey, because that's what making a game is like. It's a journey of highs and lows, discoveries and lessons, and many treasures to find. And for us, this has been a journey unlike any other. But making this game, really hope you enjoyed playing it. Melissa Coldwood, thank you. Thank you, Coldwood, for making this. Oh, and by the way, I wasn't kidding when I said I went back and made sure I made it through everything without dying once. So I can actually get 100%. See? I have all the crowns now. Just so you can see that I actually went 100%ed this. If you want these crowns, after you've gotten all the collectibles, or even during it, just don't die, and you will get the crowns. And if you can make it through the entire game without dying, doesn't have to be a perfect run for the entire game, but you will get Not So Fragile after all. And then if you have all the achievements, you get the red thread. So yeah, the rest of the achievements would be based on just beat the level. But I have told you what you need to get the rest of them. and you already have kind of the idea on, you know, the deaf ones and the collectible ones and all now. So yeah, that's basically the entire game. And also, if you're wondering about this, I have the no death thing, but yeah, like there were no collectibles, but it was linked in with, yeah, see? The part there is actually for the last level, which is called Renewed. And those flowers are for that level, not for Last Leaf, because Last Leaf did not have any collectibles whatsoever. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. And next time I'll be doing a new Let's Play. Don't know quite what yet, but this is my return onto YouTube after quite a long absence of doing these Let's Plays, so I do have a backlog, so you will be getting something to replace this. It might be what I'm thinking, honestly. Oh well. See you then. Thanks for watching.